Go ahead and roll that intro one last time. Okay, so before it sounds too melodramatic, I'm not saying that this is the last video ever on the channel. I know it could have sounded like that. I guess I mainly mean just kind of like the music. Yeah, I'm gonna be moving on from the cheesy YouTube audio library, so sorry about that. Okay, so basically the point of this vlog is just so that I have a video out there so you know that I'm still around. And as you can see, my room is a mess. I actually have another video recorded that is almost pretty much done being edited as well. I just haven't posted it because of what we're gonna talk about today. It's almost the same layout. And I recorded that video almost a month ago, so the fact that it's still this dirty after so long should be telling of at least part of what I'm going to say. Basically, what I want to talk about is that there are things, there's a meta to YouTube that people don't usually talk about. It's kind of unsaid. And the people who do it, who are a part of the YouTube creator community, they all kind of understand this. I'm not sure that everyone necessarily vocalize what some of the things I'm about to say are, but everyone knows it, everyone experiences it, and everyone deals with it in different ways. So what I want to do is basically just let you know, give you a sneak peek into that life. And I'm not claiming that I know everything. Obviously, I'm one of the smaller YouTubers, but I think that I've had enough experience and I've talked to enough people who can agree with me and see eye to eye with me on this issue that I could talk about it in a way that hopefully lets you understand kind of where I'm at right now and why it's been so long since I posted a video. First of all, thank you for all of you who stuck around. I haven't forgot about my giveaway video. That's kind of the one that I was just talking about actually. It's already done and it's almost done being edited. I just haven't been able to put it up. But I really appreciate those of you who have stuck around, who are understanding, who have been following me on Twitter at _comptv, who have been kind of following these random life updates that I've been giving, who are remaining in the loop kind of where I am. Okay, enough background. Let's just get into the meat of it. There are two main things that I want to talk about first, and those are the two things that I think go into being a YouTube creator that are kind of the untold story. Maybe it has been told somewhere, so if it is, just let me know in the comments and I'll check it out. After that, then I'll get into my personal stuff just so you can kind of see where I'm at. The number one thing is pretty obvious, but it's money. I'm not saying you need the best equipment to get started into this YouTube scene. I'm not even saying you need to necessarily shell out a bunch of money to make good content. There are tons of people who make great content for free. But in general, especially in what we do as tech YouTubers, as tech tubers, it's pretty expensive. I mean, having to buy a computer, especially in a market like mine where I'm still trying to sell that $250 build, it hasn't been the worst. And I've only been at it for about a month, but it's not like things sell instantly. So a lot of the things that we buy are kind of like a investment, and there's a possibility that your investment will go through. So again, I'm not saying that it's the most expensive thing. I'm not saying you have to shell out tons of money, but unless you're like a big sponsored guy who gets tons of free equipment, which I'm not one of those, everything comes out of pocket. And again, I don't have to do that. There's tons of free opportunities for me to make content, but I think if you look at the most popular videos on my channel so far, the number one kind of speaks for itself, where I actually had to pay out of pocket in order to make that. I'm not complaining. Again, I'm not saying that it's necessarily a problem, but it's kind of like the untold story. And honestly, that's just a precursor to number two, which is this is the biggest, the most impactful thing, the cost of doing YouTube, and that's time. I'm sorry if this comes off a little different, how the tone is a little different than my usual videos. I just want to make it clear that this is a very real video, that you guys are talking to me. You're not talking to necessarily comptv as much as you're talking to Lee. The main thing is that with the idea that I'm not necessarily this biggest YouTuber, but to get to where I am today, it took a whole lot of time. Late nights. I've joked around about this a lot with people on Discord, but my last like 5 or so videos were me pulling all-nighters because I wanted to get the content out. I wanted people to enjoy it. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't just a super quick video that didn't take me any time. People can tell when you put a lot of time in a video, and they appreciate that. And I even find myself doing this where I'll watch a video and I'll go, whoa, they must have took a lot of time making that video, which is awesome. But at the same time, depending on your life situation, you have to sacrifice things in order to get that time. So for me personally, in order to get to my first 1,000 subscribers, which was before my collaboration with The Nerd on a Budget, which that is when the channel really took off. But in order to get to that point, I had already made like about half or more of my videos by then. I can't even tell you how many times my wife had to kind of just do her own thing because I was in my room by myself. I understand that might come as a shock to some of you. Some of you might not be able to relate to that, but just know that if I were to have my wife sit down in front of the camera and explain to you the kind of experience that she went through with me just being gone all the time, It's not great. And it was right before I think we had our baby, or right after we had our baby. I'm trying to remember. Just the amount of time that YouTubers put into a video, just realize that that is sacrifice. They could be doing things like, they could be working. If it's their full-time job, that's one thing. I think Jay from Jay's 2 Cents put it well where he said that even though it is his full-time job, he actually works more at YouTube. So I guess it's not necessarily a one-to-one. Sorry, I'm getting a little mixed up here, but basically what I'm trying to say is it takes a lot of time. Even if you work full-time, it can still be a sacrifice where it's not just a 9-to-5 job. It could be a 10-to-10 job because you want to be up when other people are up and be able to interact with your subscribers. And I think I've had a really good time doing that, and I've enjoyed it a lot. But again, there is a sacrifice, and that sacrifice can sometimes cost people, I can't say this for sure, but I have a feeling that it's cost some people some of their relationships, whether it's friends or even significant others, where the other person just, they couldn't compete with this idea of YouTube because it takes so much effort to be relevant, to be consistent. Sorry, I'm just getting way off, but I wanted to point out the fact that the type of money and the type of time that goes into YouTube, it's not easy, it's not for everyone. So keep that in mind when you're commenting on someone's video and you might not like some of the quality of it, or you might not like that it was late. Just take into account that that takes a lot out of a person to get it there and to get it on time. I'm not using this as an excuse for myself, by the way. This is just in general. I'm speaking for YouTubers, and some people are better at it than I am. I definitely wasted a lot of time in ways that I could have been making content. Some of those periods where I was staying up late, but there were times where I was putting like all of my effort into it, and I still had to go that extra mile in order to get the content to where I thought it was worth delivering. So sorry that I've been getting all over the place. So I'm speaking for those YouTubers and for the videos that are out there. I have such a huge respect for people like Nerd on a Budget and for people like Matt from the Toasty Bros, because they are working and they're consistent. I have no idea how Matt from the Toasty Bros can post like 2 or 3 videos a week when he's in school full time and he has a job. Just know that his girlfriend, she feels that. Danny's girlfriend, she feels that. And I'm sorry for speaking for you guys, correct me in the comment, but it's a sacrifice. It's time that you could be spending doing other things that you're putting into YouTube. So all that to be said, just my quick update. Basically, the finances were one of the big things, not for creating YouTube content, but just in general. It's kind of expensive to live where I live, and my wife had a baby, we're having another baby, and as of right now, we are spending a little bit more than we're making. Again, just let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them. And as you can see, this room's a mess. It hasn't been this bad in a long time. It's not because I'm just being lazy or anything, but it's because just really, I haven't even been in this room much lately because it's just work and back and just trying to keep life in order. So hopefully this was for those of you who really enjoy the comptv channel, who aren't just here for, you know, giveaways or for seeing a specific type of content, who are actually here because you like comptv, as in the community that is comptv. Hopefully this video was enjoyable for you to just see where I'm at, because I know there are a lot of you who care. But yeah, I'll try to edit this and get it up today. It's Easter Sunday.
It's Easter Sunday.
So I'm gonna stop rambling. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this sheds some light on the process of YouTube. I hope I said it in a way that makes sense. So thanks for watching. Oh, and in case you didn't know, I'm Lee from comptv.